I've been thinking about sociology a lot over the last few days, and I wanted to give you some insight since you're starting sociology about how it can relate to you specifically. Um, there's going to be different things, like, for example, I was walking around Camp North End today, and I'm thinking, this is great. They've redone the mill area and the still area, and there's shops and restaurants. But then I'm looking in two different directions. There's some of the older homes where there's a lot of older families and generations and cultures and races living there. And then there's these brand new townhomes being built. Now, love Camp North End, but then I also have to think, are we having some gentrification going on? Meaning that we're going to swoop in and we're going to change that area by bringing in all of the brand new expensive things and run the people that have lived there for generations out. I think about these things a lot when I'm out in the community and when I'm doing things. One that I thought of this weekend that really stood out to me was in September in 2024. I grew up in the mountains of North Carolina, around Chimney Rock, Lake Lure area. And growing up around there, I remember climbing on the rocks in the river and climbing up the Chimney Rock to the waterfall each year when I would go back once a year with my kids. I remember the stores and seeing the people and knowing them and staying in touch with them and riding on the lake with boats, learning how to ski there, working there. So I remember all of that. And then in September in 2024, I woke up to people frantic. I got a ton of emails. I was attached to Instagram and I was seeing rushing water and places that I had known since I was little and pictures of my great grandparents there. This town was gone in an instant. And people I know were asking me, have you heard from this person that lives up there, with the fear that they had passed away in the hurricane that happened in the mountains? The whole town of Chimney Rock seemed to disappear in a minute. And that was so close to my heart. That had been so many fun and activities and getting to know people. So I will be honest, I sat there for days crying and then trying to find people. But now my mind goes back to, and I've thought about this a lot, and there's research, why did people stay? Well, first off, that's part of sociology, the why. And we're going to figure out a lot more on that. Why did they stay there? Was it they didn't know? Because, I will tell you, internet service up there is not very great. You have to find that one spot that you can get to that has it. Technology, maybe they didn't get the weather report. A lot of this came in late that night. People didn't want to leave their pets. They didn't have the money to go somewhere else, and they didn't know anyone else that they could stay with. There were so many elements of why people stay. And that's a question that we've heard over and over. Why did people stay? Asheville, we heard it in Black Mountain, we heard it in Chimney Rock and Lake Lure. And we heard all of those questions. Why did people stay there? Many got hurt. We saw lots of damage. We even had people die in the mountains of North Carolina. The next question would be, what happens to everyone up there that's lost a business, lost an actual town, lost a area that's tourist, because the North Carolina mountains are very tourist heavy, lost family members and homes? What comes of those people? We're looking at, it's been over a year and we're still seeing repairs being done. We're seeing towns coming back together and people all over the community coming in, but we're seeing people still living in campers. We're still seeing piles of stuff everywhere, including you can see houses that are off their foundation and flipped to the side when I went up there back in September. You can see a lot of that still going on. So, what's happened to those people's work and their health, and what happens after a storm? And how long does it take to recover? Do they maybe have PTSD? I personally would be up on the river and I'm a little nervous now. I look at it and think, could things change? So when these instances happen, whether you're out and you're looking at someone, for example, I challenge you, go to a coffee house, put the phone down, put any paperwork down at that moment and watch people. They're not there just getting coffee. See what's going on. Is it the mom with the kid there? Is it the student that's looking stressed out? Maybe they have a big assignment due. Is it the guy in the corner, the older guy that keeps on coughing and looking around? Maybe something's going on with that. Look at that, look at the details and start questioning. Ask yourself what's going on and challenge yourself. Don't make assumptions. Don't accept people's assumptions on things. That's what sociology is about. Digging deeper and don't accept exactly what someone's saying, but also back it up. I could say people didn't leave because there wasn't an alert, but maybe there was an alert, and let's find out how many people could have gotten the alert or did. I want some facts on it as well, and I can interview the people there as well. So you can do a lot of tests with sociology. You can't just make a blanket statement, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight. I'm going to attach a video of, I think it's the day after the storm in Chimney Rock, and the mayor's giving a little video. You don't have to watch it, but I think it's great to see what's going on and to start asking those questions while you watch what they're bringing insight to. Thank you. I look forward to talking to you again. If you ever have any questions, just email me and we can meet virtually or email back and forth. Thanks.